Australia has a pretty good track record when it comes to community advertising campaigns aimed at changing behaviours.
Nah, I don't think I can quit.
I don't think I can operate.
But the COVID campaigns have been criticised as pedestrian and not hitting the mark and adapting to changing attitudes to COVID vaccination.
COVID-19 vaccines continue to roll out to those most at risk.
I'm afraid to say that the present campaign just is not cutting it.
Mind you, to be fair, the vaccine rollout has had unforeseen challenges as well.
At the current time, the use of the Pfizer vaccine is preferred over the AstraZeneca vaccine in adults aged less than 50 years.
Associate Professor Margie Danchin is an immunisation researcher who has today released a comprehensive report on COVID vaccine hesitancy.
We've been doing a lot of qualitative research, listening to community leaders, faith leaders, Indigenous people. It's really clear to me that, their concerns can be allayed. And again, it's mostly around that TTS syndrome. But people want to interpret that risk in terms of their own personal eligibility and their own underlying medical conditions. And that takes a conversation, it takes engagement and really good vaccine communication skills.
If you think about a path to getting vaccinated, which is the behaviour itself, it's the action, then you've got the way people think and feel about vaccination, social influences, and those both influence people's motivations to vaccinate or not.
Professor Julie Leask chairs the Behavioural and Social Drivers of Vaccination Working Group for the World Health Organization.
We've had all these different messages about which group can have the vaccine now, whether there's enough supply. The Health Minister has indicated that there isn't a plan for a big advertising campaign right now, and that it's enough to see people getting vaccinated. Nevertheless, right now it's still important for those people who may be willing to have a vaccine to be encouraged and reminded through a big campaign.
Because you know what this is? It's the metaphorical door to freedom.
Countries like New Zealand are really interesting because, like here, the risk of contracting COVID-19 is less likely. So they've used things like humour and unique cultural insights to land their message.
Jenny Mack is Creative Director of one of Australia's largest advertising agencies, the Ogilvy Group.
When you're in a country like the US or the UK and there is a real fear factor, it's certainly going to play into it. And I think what they've done is really smart by balancing it out with a touch of humour. And again, the use of celebrity to really normalise that behaviour of getting the vaccination, I think is important.
Vaccine, 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 vaccine. I'm begging of you, please don't hesitate.
We need to be using humour, it needs to be light-hearted, have celebrities, relatable people, and really tapping into the emotion, so that emotion around this is our way to have, freedom.
Okay, thanks, Elton. We'll let you know.
Oh, well, at this short notice, you won't find anyone bigger.
I've just had a vaccine for COVID.
The scale of the campaign is important. The campaign and the communication strategy needs to show up where people are going to see it. I think where we can, to have a consistent message, to have a very clear call to action and have something that's going to inspire and motivate people. The other thing to think beyond the scale is the style of communication, and what I mean by that is I don't think there's a single way to do it.
I like some of those overseas campaigns. They mostly have a gain frame of what you gain from being vaccinated rather than what you lose from not being vaccinated. In other words, the risk of COVID. And that gain frame is probably quite helpful now because people have been saturated with fear messages.
Most of the resources are framed against the prevention of severe disease, but that isn't resonating with people in the community because there isn't much disease at the moment. So we need to really frame the benefits more broadly.
In America, some states are offering inducements such as free donuts, beer, or even a lottery ticket in return for a jab. Here, some doctors are offering a free lollipop. Sadly, I never got one of those with my Astra jab. Now there's even talk of vaccine passports to travel interstate.
I think we really do need to look for incentives, as many incentives as we can.
It's clear there's plenty of research to guide an innovative, effective Australian vaccine campaign, which will need to balance what's in it for you and me with what's got us through the last year.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.